Alrighty, I'm putting together this presentation at the request of a friend. Your flashlight is probably your most used emergency tool, and may not even be used in emergency. Some of these I use day in, day out. The one that I keep clipped in my pocket most all the time is this little Coast flashlight. Use a single AAA battery. Some of these flashlights are going to use AA, some of them are going to use AAA. I recommend you have a supply of Duracell batteries. They seem to work the best, last the longest on hand. It's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. They won't go bad if you have 2 or 3 packs of them. I recommend having a supply of whatever battery your flashlight uses. This is one I use just about every day. It's clipped to my pocket. It takes up no more room than a pocket knife, less room than my set of keys. A good light for people to get started with, and they're prepping because it's inexpensive, is this little $1.50 lumen flashlight. As you can see, it's reasonably bright. You can get these at Walmart for $1. So for less than $10, you can have your flashlights pretty well covered for every member of the family. Some for the house and some for each vehicle. Matter of fact, one of the lights I keep in my truck is this one here. Now, there's some good things about this cheap flashlight. This is one if I'm saltwater fishing or working or doing something around a maritime environment. A lot of times I'll opt for these and cheaper tools because regardless of how expensive it is or how well made it is, the salt water is going to get to it and it's going to take its toll on it and it's not going to last that long. I'd rather have this $1 flashlight go bad than something like this $8 light go bad. Moving on along, this is a Ozark Trail Walmart brown flashlight. This one's seen some heavy use in the last couple of years. This one puts out a lot more light, and it also slides in and out. I don't know how well you can see it with me trying to do it with one hand, but it goes from a floodlight, you can stretch it out and focus your beam for a spotlight. Those are just regular straight handle flashlights. This one here is a 90-degree flashlight. This one's made by JobSmart. It's $10 or $15. You can get them at Tractor Supplies where I get them when they have them in stock. I like it because you can have it in your hand, or you can set it on a flat surface and use it to illuminate a room. This one has a compartment at the bottom that has different colored lenses, red, green, blue, whatever your taste is. Some of it to work better at night and preserve your night vision. This is one I use quite a bit during hurricanes because I can set these up in my house on a flat surface, turn it on, and I can use it to illuminate the house. The last one we're going to get to is a headlamp. Now, a lot of people like these. This one has a high and a low and a strobe setting. They like these when hands-free. If I'm going to be catfishing where it requires both my hands to work a bush hook or some other task, this is a good option because it allows me to see what I'm looking at. It's fairly bright. I don't remember what the lumens are. This one's an Ozark Trail. Came from Walmart. Not terribly expensive. But it meets all my needs. The old mag lights were a good standard back years ago, but now we have inexpensive lights that you can get pretty much anywhere that really outperform them. And so these are some of my recommendations for flashlights. And this is a good starting point. Like I say, I've got the one that I carry every day, one I use that's cheap, that's good for harsh environments. This one here that I can set on a flat surface. I can set it if I'm working on a motor on my truck, a mechanical thing. I can set it there and light it up. And then we've got the headlamp. Later on,